today I will be drawing for you an eye. So first I will be drawing the shape of an eye, which is basically like an almond shape. And I will be doing a rough sketch and then drawing the center of the circle of the eye. And drawing the inner corner of the eye. Rounding off the ends too, so it is not that pointed at the end. Next, drawing the pupil. You want to try and get an even thickness around this center circle here I'm drawing, but also trying to make it as circular as possible. Then we're going to be drawing the light or the detail of the center of the eye. What I like to do is just draw a oval in the corner and under it a triangle. Then I like to work on the eyelashes, and what you just want to do for eyelashes is basically do a whole bunch of flared lines. There's really no way to do this wrong. Eyelashes could be crazy, they could be long, short, they could be perfectly going in one direction, you can make them go in random directions, but I like to make them in a medium size and flare them out towards the side as they come out, and some going straight out, so there's a contrast, and making them smaller near this ends of the eye, center part. Now I'll be doing the bottom lashes, which I basically just flare out to the side, and I make smaller than I do the top ones. Now I'll be drawing the eyebrow shape. So I like to just draw what the eyebrow will look like, and then fill it in with detail of the hairs afterwards. So I'm just doing a curve over the eye, and then I'll be shaping into the kind of shape I like my eyebrow to be. And I'm going to do it into one of those classics, very hard, very shaped. Right now it's very shaped and kind of perfect, but once you add the details of the hairs, you can make it more wild by making, which makes it a little bit more realistic. So now that we have all of our pencil outlining, I will be using pencil crayons and be coloring in our eye. I will first be starting off with the center part of the eye, and I'll just be using a black. Make sure you do not get any in our oval and triangle, because that is meant to be white. Now I will be moving on to the actual color part of the eye, and for that, today our eye will be blue. So I just have be using a couple different blues to make variations. So first, I'm going to start off with a dark color, which is I'll be using sky blue, and just gonna outline the shape. And I'm just going to be lightening my color. It will be getting lighter as it gets closer to the black part. And you don't want to do it too light, you actually want it to be pretty dark, because we will be going back in with our lighter color blue. Now there's many different methods for making an eye, but I like to do it with the shading way. I personally just like that way method better. Now I'll be going in with a little bit of a lighter blue, and it's light blue, and just going to do it in the lighter parts of our eye and kind of fill in all the little tiny white spots. So I'm just going to be taking this blue, and it is darker than the rest of the blues we've been using, and I'm just going to be making tiny lines coming from the outside of the eye. Now I'm just going to be taking our sky blue again, and going to be shading just a little bit over our lines. Now I'll actually be taking an aqua green and making other lines right beside our dark blue lines. Now I'll be taking white and just making more tiny lines coming from the inner part, and also coloring in our oval and our triangle. I'm going to go back in with an aqua green and make dark lines coming from the inner part of the eye. Now I'll be going back in with our black and doing the eyelashes. Now I'll be taking a black marker and doing highlighting some of the eyelashes. So there's one dark ones and there's lighter ones. Next, I'll be taking a red and coloring in the center part of our eye here. First, outlining it, then lightly shading it from darker to lighter, but not too dark. And then going in with a mahogany and doing more of an outline. Then taking my red again and making veins in the eye. And then doing some on the other side of the eye. And now I'm outlining the edge of the eye. With red and mahogany. Now I'm taking a brown and doing hairs on the eyebrow. So you just want to do any, basically kind of go follow your shape, but letting some of the hairs, creep out a bit. But you don't want to go too wild. Then I'll be using a peach to color the background. Now I'm just doing a finishing touches by taking my white and kind of, just do a little bit of white near the bottom here, but not too much. There you have it. A blue colored eye that we have drawn and colored together.